Oh. Beep, beep, mother. I found the one we're doing.
Beep, beep, motherfucker. Okay. We'll do that. Beep, beep,
We
motherfucker.
gotta do some beep, beep, motherfucker. Oh, fuck, I pressed the button. Do I have the right symbol up? I do. No, give me back my beep, beep. Let's see. SCP-729-J. Object class. Damiel? Guys, you're hurting his feelings. He's just trying to help. Can we maybe make a new object class for this thing? Maybe Apollyon? What the fuck? Special Containment Procedure. SCP-729-J currently resides in Dr. Niles Hessen's office on her desk, where, pray to God, it will stay. Request testing at your own risk. It breaches containment at an alarming frequency, but even MTF and U7, Hammer Down, refuses to go near the fucking thing. So it does whatever the hell it wants. We are all at its mercy. Is it a cat? Dr. Hessen has been commanded to turn in SCP-729-J for it to be properly contained as soon as someone can get up the courage to write her an email. SCP-729-J is supposed to be a toy, but I want to know who the sick fuck was that wanted to give this thing to a child. The label says it's made of polyester fiber, but we all know it's made of the devil's couch stuffing or something. Its reign of terror began during the containment of SCP-106. SCP-106 had managed to trap Dr. Hessen in her office and had successfully corroded a hole in the door when it caught sight of the goddamn thing. SCP-729-J, SCP-106 stopped moving completely and began staring at SCP-729-J. Hold on, I need to see what the fuck this thing is. Holy crap, click on SCP-106. I'm pretty sure that's from a horror game.
Yeah, that looks like it might be from Resident Evil?
Maybe? Let's see. Okay. SCP-106 then began to move backwards out of Dr. Hessen's office, never breaking visual contact with that eldritch horror. If this thing is like just a little doll, I'll laugh my ass off. Is this Mage? Guys, is Mage an SCP? SCP-729-J until it reached the end of the hall and promptly rematerialized back in its containment cell. It should be noted that SCP-106's middle finger was raised for the entirety of the encounter with SCP-729-J. SCP-106 reaction is frankly perfectly understandable. Several researchers who witnessed the event were found huddling with SCP-106 in its containment cell. It's just Mage. The testing.
Alright, testing log.
Go for it.
SCP-2006 effects. SCP-2006 screeched upon being introduced and assumed a form identical to SCP-729-J. SCP-2006 has not changed form since the encounter. SCP-1322 effects. SCP-729-J was sent through the wormhole to the SCP-1322 Society. It was returned 6 minutes later, tied to a white flag. SCP-303. When Dr. Hessen was told to walk through a door with 303 on the other side while holding SCP-729-J, SCP-303 promptly opened the door for Dr. Hessen and ushered her through before quickly exiting the room, with Dr. Hessen showing no sign of the usual fear response. SCP-303 was found 6 hours later in an abandoned storage closet in a fetal position, sucking its thumb. SCP-3000 effects. SCP-729-J was put on a fishing hook and lowered into the sea to where the current position of SCP-3000 was found with radar. After 2 hours of lowering it into the sea, Dr. Sarland complained about a cramp in his hand from unwinding the fishing pole, and Dr. Bear took over. Another 50 minutes later, the assumed depth of SCP-3000 was reached. After 2 minutes, a tug was felt on the fishing pole, and SCP-3000's presence swiftly disappeared from the radar. As Dr. Bear also complained about his hand hurting, retrieval of the end of the fishing line was postponed. I told them both they should do stretches beforehand, but no. We play Halo every Friday. Our wrists are trained. Should have listened, Dr. Baden. The next day, after proper warm-up, SCP-729-J was successfully retrieved, along with a crudely written note attached to it reading, "All right, I thought we had a deal. I turned some consciousness to spaghetti, and you guys get your regretty forgetty, but okay, you won. You get the forgetty stuff for free. Lifetime supply, but please, just this one condition. Keep that thing out of my ocean. I'll go for a while. I need to calm down." SCP-55. Effects. Dr. Hessen walked into the containment chamber of SCP-55 holding SCP-729-J. About 5 minutes later, the containment chamber opened and a calico cat ran into Dr. Hessen's office. "Oh, Puddin', come here. I brought a new friend for you." Dr. Hessen.
Oh, sorry. You want me to be Dr. Hessen?
I think it's a chick. Yeah, so you can do that.
"Oh, Pudding, come here. I bought you a new friend for you."
Wait. We even had a 55, and it's a cat named Pudding? SCP-650. Effects. Dr. Hessen was told to directly observe SCP-650 excuse me, in its containment cell whilst holding SCP-729-J. Before Dr. Hessen could be asked to break her line of sight with SCP-650, the lighting within SCP-650's containment cell briefly deactivated, and the sound of quick, heavy footsteps could be heard from its room. According to Dr. Hessen, when the power to SCP-650's chamber was restored, SCP-650 had completely vanished from its containment site and was nowhere to be found near Dr. Hessen. However, on-site staff noted that a sign of the cross had been crudely carved into one of the walls within SCP-650's containment cell. A containment breach alert was sounded. After 2 hours of extensive searching, SCP-650 was discovered hiding within a storage closet, apparently having attempted to bury its head into the floor. SCP-650 was eventually returned to its containment cell, but has since constantly faced the wall with the engraved cross and has not moved from its position. SCP-1048. Effects. When exposed to SCP-729-J, all copies made by SCP-1048 became immobile and have not regained mobility since exposure. SCP-1048 appeared alarmed by this, making a gesture like the sign of the cross and retreating behind its copies. SCP-1048 regained the ability to make copies of itself when SCP-729-J was removed. It now frequently produces art that depicts SCP-729-J as monstrous in some form and cowers if shown a picture of SCP-729-J.
Not even the teddy bear? Aw, Mr. Buns. He just wants some friends. Try 2317. Maybe then, well, you're doing a lot.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Maybe then the Hellbeast can be with its own kind. It wouldn't play with him either. My God.
SCP-682, data expunged. Long story short, we reclassified SCP-682 as neutralized. You don't even want to fucking know how this little fucker killed it.
I love that.
SCP-76, SCP-729-J was placed inside SCP-76's containment area when scans showed that SCP-76-2's heart was beginning to beat. All humans exited the room and researchers watched behind a camera. When SCP-76-2 got out of SCP-76-1, instead of looking for the nearest human, he looked straight at 729-J. SCP-76-2 materialized an American M9 flamethrower and the corresponding fuel pack. He attempted to use it on SCP-729-J, but the flamethrower did nothing to it. When SCP-76-2 ran out of fuel and saw that 729-J was unharmed, he ran back into SCP-76-1 and curled up into a ball. Crying sounds were coming from the inside of SCP-76-1. It has been 2 weeks, and SCP-76-2 has yet to come out of that position. SCP-73. When exposed to SCP-792-J, SCP-73 took a cup of water and proceeded to bless it SCP-73 then vocalized the phrase, "fuck off, dick nips," and said, okay, and soaked the little shit in the holy water. SCP-73 remained under a table for the remainder of the test with its finger in the form of a cross. Okay. SCP-187 effects upon exposure to SCP-729-J. SCP-187 began to vomit and froth at the mouth. SCP-187 displayed rapid emotional changes, switching from screaming and babbling to squealing and cooing. SCP-187 is immediately removed. Upon being interviewed, SCP-187 said, "How can such a thing be so ungodly and yet so cute?" SCP-187 is currently undergoing therapy.
Do you want me to take over? Or are you good?
I'm good. I just need a swig of water.
It's just fucking Mage from the comic.
By
Cute little
the
doll
way-
that's fucking terrifying.
By the way, when we finish, it did finish downloading.
Okay, good.
SCP-119, excuse me, SCP-1915 effects. SCP-729-J exposed to SCP-1915. Upon exposure, SCP-1915 exclaimed while raising his arms high into the air, "I quit!" SCP-1915 breaches containment and data expunged. SCP-1915 is currently believed to be conversing with SCP-3812 about the futility of narratives and plot points, currently debating which of their creators have the smallest dick. SCP-4812-K effects. SCP-729-J is launched straight at SCP-4812-K. SCP-4812-K begins to scream and writhe around before charging towards SCP-225-1, killing itself. SCP-4812-S and E are reported at this time to breach containment, both self-terminating. SCP-729-J is retrieved and given back hastily by the GOC, stating it killed the Eros entity by landing on it. Note, upon being asked how he is still capable of talking and reacting in a calm and stoic manner around that goddamn thing, Dr. Gears spoke calmly, stating, "I have actually soiled my pants the first time I looked at it, and now I have a super toilet in the observation deck with a throw-up bucket and the shower included. I honestly am disgusted by it, as just disgusted by it as you are." SCP-173 effects data expunged. Don't ask about it. No, the warhead did not destroy either of them. No, there was no grand battle. Yes, there was a discussion. No, do not go and try searching for the Coturn or the blank. No, not even the Wanderer's Library. Yes, they did don sombreros. They did don sombreros.
What the fuck?
No, we have yet to remove them. No, we will not try this again lest we see an AZ-class Fiesta scenario. Yes, that is all we found in the second SCP-5000 suit that showed up in SCP-173's containment chamber.
I don't know. I think he looks cute with it.
Oh god, I have to do this. Tom Brady. SCP-1.
What the fuck?
Effects. Tom Brady, quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was abducted and forced to throw SCP-792-J into SCP-1's radius. SCP-1 immediately looked at 729-J and bowed. A mouth-shaped opening appeared on SCP-1's head, and in a loud voice it said, "My lord." SCP-1 then picked up 729-J and put it in the garden on the other side of the gate that SCP-1 guarded. 729-J was only able to be retrieved when SCP-1 was allowed to have SCP-999 for a day. Don't worry, Tom Brady was given, as SCP-3000 so gracefully put it, "regretty forgetty." Dr. Redacted, head of the Amnesiac Department. Stop it, Bigby.
Big G wants to have the SCP.
Jesus, unholy God. Okay, SCP-49 effect. When exposed to SCP-729-J, SCP-49 appeared to stagger, grasping its head with its hand and falling to its knees, stating, "The pestilence, it's too strong." SCP-49 then attempted to crawl toward SCP-729-J, vocalizing, "I must cure you," but fell to the ground and fell unconscious.
Damn,
it.
guess that dude's too strong a plague even for 049. You want me to
Man.
take over a little bit? Because you have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
doing a lot.
Take over because he's not shutting up.
Okay. SCP-294. Effect. D382563, fuck you, was asked to type SCP-729-J on SCP-294's keyboard. He initially refused, stating that he had heard stories of 729-J from the other Class Ds, and that he wanted nothing to do with the creature of Satan. D382563 was held at gunpoint by a security officer until he obliged and typed it. 294 produced a titanium cup with the words, "This is the only thing that can hold a liquid of this toxicity," imprinted on the outside of it. The cup was then filled with a neon yellow liquid. D382563 was again held at gunpoint until he drank the liquid. After D382563 drank it, his eyes turned red and then promptly data expunged. His whole body then turned inside out. Flaming skeleton hands emerged from the ground and dragged him down into the floor. When D382563 was gone, a note appeared where he was dragged into the ground. The note read, "The little shit stain of a toy did not come from here, and I beg you to keep it far from here. Signed, Satan with love." Get the fuck out of here! Dr. Rochland, an hour before resigning. What the fuck is this? It is literally just Mage. SCP-914. Effect. SCP-729-J was placed in the intake booth of SCP-914 by Dr. Hessen. SCP-914 was set to rough by Dr. in order to finally terminate this godforsaken abomination. When attempting to turn the key, SCP-1914 refused to operate, while SCP-729-J was taken in the intake. Investigation of SCP-914 shows that a note was found in the output booth. The note read, "This is the one thing that cannot be refined. I don't care how many times you try, get that shit out of here." SCP-231 data expunged. Procedure 110 Montauk now has been replaced with periodic exposure to SCP-729-J, given the much higher levels of emotional distress produced by the latter. I don't know any of these, I'm going to be honest with you. SCP-2317 data expunged. SCP-2317 entity was seen repairing its chains after exposure to this nightmare. I mean SCP-729-J. Dear 343 is scared the devourer of worlds. On 2022, the Ethics Committee made contact with Dr. Wondertainment, oh fuck off, as well as Marshall Carter and Dark for possible leads on the source of this fucking thing. I mean SCP-729-J. Response from Dr. W. Look, we make toys. Sometimes lethal, yes, but we don't go raiding Mr. Scarlet's playpen. And before you ask, no, it's not AWCY either. We forwarded some of their higher-ups pics that you sent us, and I'm pretty sure I could hear screaming in my office. Response from MC and D. Our organization's purpose is to produce a profit. How in the blue fuck do you think we could expect to sell this hellspawn to anyone? On an unrelated note, if you wouldn't mind forwarding Dr. Hessen's contact info, we have a few XK class items sitting around that no one has been willing to purchase yet. Interview log. Oh, okay, we're at the end. Dr. Hessen? Dr. Yavine? Forward.
Am I being the other doctor?
Yeah, you can be Yavine.
Okay.
Forward. SCP-729-J was contained, if you want to call it that, in Dr. Hessen's purse, despite multiple pleas to stop and just put the goddamn thing away.
Dr. Hessen, tell us the means by which you obtained SCP-729-J.
I mean, it was a little gift I ordered for myself online. Easter, you know?
Nothing odd at all about its manufacturing?
Nope.
And yet we've scoured the factory where it was made for evidence of satanic rituals. Odd.
But yeah, he came in the mail, and it was one of the special scented ones.
Dear God. I'm sorry I faced it upon your brethren. Let me live, and it'll never happen again. I promise. Just have mercy. What is the nature of your immunity to SCP-729-J's effects?
Properties? I mean, it's a plushie. I have it right here. Oh. Oh God, does she think we want that thing anywhere near us?
No, forget that thing away from me!
Closing statement. Interview is terminated due to imminent containment breach. Okay, there's an image of it.
Yeah, I already looked at it.
It's a fucking peep!
Yep. It's horrible. It's horrifying.
Yeah, no, those things are actually really hideous. I use it to control Kisa when she
Just shove it in the microwave and watch it pop. Okay, so I have this thing downloaded.
All right, give me a minute to start a new recording.